For more than 100 years, two brands have been battling for global dominance. This rivalry has shaped advertising, marketing, and even pop culture. On one side is Coca-Cola, the iconic red brand loved around the world. On the other side is Pepsi, the bold challenger, targeting the younger generation. Their competition became so intense that it earned a legendary name, the Cola Wars. But how did this rivalry begin, and which brand is really winning? The story begins in 1886, when pharmacist John Stith Pemberton created the original Coca-Cola formula in Atlanta. Just over a decade later, in 1898, another pharmacist named Caleb Bradham created a drink called Brad's Drink, which he later renamed Pepsi Cola. At first, these were just small soda fountain drinks sold in pharmacies. But as both brands grew, their competition began to intensify. Soon, Coca-Cola and Pepsi weren't just selling soda, they were competing for culture, identity, and global dominance. During the Great Depression, Pepsi used a clever strategy to challenge Coca-Cola. While Coca-Cola sold a 6-ounce bottle for 5 cents, Pepsi introduced a 12-ounce bottle for the same price, giving customers double the drink for the same money. This bold move helped Pepsi attract budget-conscious consumers during difficult economic times. It was one of the earliest examples of competitive pricing in marketing history. But the real marketing war exploded in 1975 with something called the Pepsi Challenge. Pepsi set up blind taste tests in malls and stores across America. Participants were asked to choose which drink they preferred without knowing the brand. In many tests, people actually chose Pepsi over Coca-Cola. Pepsi used this result in advertisements everywhere. The message was simple but powerful. People prefer Pepsi. This campaign shook the soda industry and forced Coca-Cola to react. In 1985, Coca-Cola made one of the most controversial marketing decisions ever. The company changed its classic formula and introduced new Coke, hoping to compete with Pepsi's sweeter taste. But the reaction was explosive. Fans were furious. Phone lines flooded with complaints. Protest groups formed, demanding the return of the original drink. After just 79 days, Coca-Cola brought back the original formula as Coca-Cola Classic. Ironically, this mistake ended up strengthening the brand by showing how deeply people loved Coca-Cola. As the rivalry grew, both companies began competing through celebrity marketing. Pepsi worked with some of the biggest stars in the world, including Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, and other pop icons. Their message was clear. Pepsi was the drink of the new generation. Coca-Cola responded with emotional campaigns focusing on happiness, friendship, and togetherness. Both companies spent billions of dollars on advertising, turning soda into a global cultural symbol. This wasn't just about drinks anymore. It was about identity and lifestyle. The rivalry eventually spread across the entire world. Both companies expanded into hundreds of countries, competing in restaurants, supermarkets, and sports sponsorships. Together, these two giants control a huge portion of the global soda market. Every new product launch, advertisement, or promotion became another move in the ongoing Cola Wars. The rivalry even reached outer space. In 1985, both companies competed to send their drinks into orbit so astronauts could test them in zero gravity. This bizarre competition became known as the Space Cola War. Even in space, Coca-Cola and Pepsi were fighting for attention. Today, the battle between Coca-Cola and Pepsi continues. New flavors, new marketing campaigns, and new generations of consumers keep the rivalry alive. But the real winner might not be Coca-Cola, and it might not be Pepsi either. The real winner is marketing innovation. Because the Cola Wars didn't just sell soda, they changed the way brands compete forever. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating stories about brands and their rivalries.